Welcome to English Lovers by Honeydee, my dear friends. Today we are going to look at the word list second. In the previous video, I showed you the first list, and we did some words which would have been really helpful for you. So today we are with this list. Let us start with that. The first word that we are doing today, that is Abbey. Abbey. So here we have abbey. Abbey means an abbey is a house or a group of houses. That means it can be one house, it can be the number of houses or the group of houses where monks, the pronunciation monks or nuns live. That means the people who have renunciated the mundaneous craze, or they have left the mundane activities. They have dealt with only spiritual activities. The monks who meditate a lot, nuns who actually live in the convent usually, and they pray to the Almighty all the times. So the monks and the nuns, the place where they live, okay, or the group of houses they live in, used to be called as abbey. Okay, when the monk returned to the abbey, he went immediately to his bedroom. Immediately, it means at that juncture when he reached to the spot. Okay, at the instantaneously. Immediately has the synonym instantaneously. You can note down that as well. Immediately, instantaneously, to his bedroom where he used to sleep. Okay, so abbey is the word which is actually a noun form here. Obviously, if it is the name of a place, then definitely it's a noun. So abbey is that house or the group of houses. It's not only particularly for one house, it can be for a number of houses. Okay, where monks and the nuns, they live together, or nuns used to be separate, I mean to say. Monks or nuns, like that means both. In both the cases, the people who are sages, the people who are priests, the people who actually worship Almighty God, they live in abbey. Okay, so any place where they live like that, so that is abbey. Yep. So the next word that that we have, really sorry, abundant. Abundant, a sound. You can see that a sound. Abundant. Both time a sound is there. You can see abundant. So abundant is adjective. What actually it means is when something is in plenty. If something is in large quantity, then that can be used as abundant. That can be called as in abundance. The thing is in abundance. Okay, if the thing is available in abundance, then that is abundant. Abundant means something which is more in quantity. Okay, if something is abundant, then it is available in the large quantities. Okay, it's available in lot of amount. Okay, cakes, cookies and candies were so abundant. That means there were so many candies, so many kinds of them, and so much of them as well. Okay, the quantity of all of them, all these categories of the eatables was so much. Received the candies, the cookies, was very happy. Okay, let's move on to the next one. You can see in the picture that the child is being shown as very happy, jubilant, like over the moon. So here you can see the teeth also coming out. Okay, anyways, so the next word that we have is adjoin. Adjoin is a beautiful word. Adjoin obviously is the combination of add and join. Adjoin, a j sound. Okay. So adjoin, adjoinment would be different. It would be noun form, but adjoin here is the verb form. So adjoin. What is adjoin? The activity. Like when action is adjoin, then definitely adjoin means to join something. To adjoin something means to be next to or attached to. That means to be linked up with or to be conjuncted up with something. So next to or attached to something else. If something is attached to something else, then definitely it is adjoined to that thing. So adjoined, for that we have example, she can listen to her brother's conversations. Okay, brother's conversation, her brother's conversations, because her room adjoins his. That means because of the sister's bedroom was adjoining the brother's bedroom, so that is why she was able to hear the kind of conversation the brother was having with anybody. Okay, so the kind of conversation or whatever kind of conversation that brother was having, she was able to listen to those conversations just because her room adjoins with his. His here is for like his room. Whose room? Brother's room. So here adjoin means to link up something or to join up something. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, that is ample. As we have done this word abundant, okay, abundant, same way is ample. Ample, if something is ample, ample means sufficient amount, then it is enough or more than enough. More than enough means like whatever, more than required. If something is more than required, if your food is more than required, you have gotten ample food. Okay, ample can be something which is more than sufficient. Okay, sufficient means something which is accordingly your requirement. If something is more than requirement, that also falls in same category, that is ample. Okay, you can see, like if something is ample, then it is enough or more than enough. Enough means like it is not enough is enough. So in that sense we say it in the negative term, like enough is enough. Now it's sufficient, whatever you have said is enough. Now don't say anything else, that is ample. Okay, so like ample can be used for like if a child is behaving very badly with the parents, the parents if have given the chiding to the child or rebuking to, ample chiding is already given, so no need to actually say something else to the child. So it's much better. Ample chiding is given, so that's enough. So there was an ample supply. Supply means whatever amount, supply of oats to feed the horses. Horses love oats. Okay, so ample supply. Supply here would be noun and ample would be adjective. So what is ample? Ample is something which is sufficient. So horses must have fed well, and then they must have slept well as well. So ample, because of the ample they had eaten last night. Okay, so the next one is sorry, arid. It is arid. Arid, you can see that. Sorry, there is cactus. Cactus means the place is filled with sand, or there is a lot of dryness in the area. You can see in the picture there is a lot of dryness. Sun's heat is also being shown there, just to give you an example that how hot it is when it is arid place. Okay, if a place is arid, so usually the words are given simply with the meaning, but here they are telling us about the way we can actually use it. We can use the arid basically for a place. So if a place is arid, then it is hot and dry and gets very little or no rain. So that means when there is no rain, there is scarcity, or what we say scanty, or whatever we say. If there is less amount of rain, okay, then definitely the the area is arid area. So not many plants grow in the arid desert. Okay, one is desert, one is desert. Okay, so there is difference. Dessert, something that we eat after our dinner, like very much like a sweetener or something. Desert, but it is desert. Okay, desert is a place where lots of sand is there, lots of dryness is there, lots of scorpions are there, lots of snakes are there, especially the rattlesnakes. Okay, the arid place would be the place where a lot of dryness and hotness is there. So arid is for that, and arid is adjective. Okay, I hope you understood. Let's move to the next one. Cathedral. How is it? Cathedral. You see, cathedral. Cathedral. This is th sound. Okay, so th is written as this in phonetic symbols or something like that. Not exactly the same. Cathedral. Drill. Okay, it is cathedral. again again it is a place. Okay, it is an important and often a large beautiful built church. So here they worship the nuns, the fathers, the sisters, all of them. They pray there in the cathedral. Cathedral is the beautifully built church, which is oftenly large, like huge in size, and important, like in Shimla. If we visit Shimla, then we must visit that particular church. Okay, that cathedral. Okay, so large cathedral is full of people on Sunday mornings. Okay, large cathedral, large church. The large church, we can't say that. The large church, large cathedral is full of people on Sunday mornings for the prayers. Okay, usually they used to be free and they pray more on those days. Okay, on Sundays particularly. Deprive is a beautiful word. Deprive, when you are left from something, or that means you require something and you don't have it. So in that case it is deprive. Okay, deprive is a beautiful word, and deprive is a verb form. Okay, it's a verb form. You will see in the sentence itself after the helping verb or the main or the subject, it would be written. So to deprive someone of something means to not let them have it. That means to take something away from someone, and if somebody requires it, and in that case, that means the thing that you're doing is, first of all, it's not good thing to do, and second thing is you're depriving the person from having the advantage of that particular thing. Okay, now here we see the desert. Okay, because the child was bad, the kind of behavior the child was having was not appropriate, she was deprived. So this child was a female child. She was deprived of her dessert after the dinner. After the dinner, usually we give dessert. So definitely, so deprived. Why she was deprived of? Because her behavior was not appropriate and not up to the mark. Okay, so that is why she was deprived of. That means something was taken away from her. So if something is taken away from someone, then definitely you are depriving the person from something. Sorry. Okay, now next is drought. Drought, usually we know that what is drought, like when there is no rain for a long time. When there is no rain, then definitely the particular time period would be called as the drought. And even the area where that, like, there is no rain, that is suffering from drought. Okay, drought is a long period of time in which little or no rain falls, and just because of the drought, the area can become barren and infertile. And after 3 months of drought, the vegetation and the trees started dying. Obviously they didn't get the plenty of water that is required for their growth, so that was not given, and that was not being provided, or that was not being provided by Almighty itself. So that is why the drought came into being. And the drought is something when there is no rain. Drought occurs when there is no rain for a long time. So that time period would be called as the drought. Okay, there is a drought of like it can be in metaphorical sense. Okay, when something is in less quantity, you can say that I think this area or this particular region has a drought of books. Children do not love to study, so the drought of books or drought of knowledge or drought of something. So in metaphorical sense also a word can be utilized. That all depends upon you, that how you actually learn and utilize it. Okay, next is let me just take you to the next word, that is eligible. Eligible. Okay, so eligible, everybody know, I think, what eligible is. Okay, sometimes when the people say that you're not eligible for this or that, then we don't feel happy about it. Okay, usually when we are eligible for something, like for example, there is always an eligible criteria for going to the army, for joining any particular course. So at any age, if you really want to join Indian Army, it is not possible. Any sort of army, if you really want to join, then I don't think so that it is possible. So there is eligible particular age for that, and there is eligibility criteria for joining the in like defense forces, any defense forces. If someone is eligible, then they are permitted to do or have something. That means if somebody is eligible and has the required qualification, in the sense, I mean to say, qualification or the knowledge, whatever is required, or the skills that are required, if somebody has, then only person can be called as eligible for something. Obviously, like eligible people, they apply for different courses and different defense forces, and many other cases. Like eligibility is a noun form. Let me tell you, eligibility. Okay, what is the eligibility of this or that? We can say that eligible is adjective. It is a significance of something, or like a quality of something. If someone is eligible, then definitely the person is permitted to do something. Only people who bought tickets, who have bought the tickets, were eligible to win a prize. They were eligible. Obviously, who bought the tickets would be able to win the prize, and the people who are like, it's not like that magic thing. Usually we get a call from the on a mobile phone, or we get a message, you have won like $2 million or something like that. That's all fake scam. So kindly be safe from all such messages. Do not reply them back. Okay, be safe. Okay, next word that we have is fast. Okay, fast. What is fast? Fast is, here it is a verb. Okay, here it is a verb. It can be in any form. It can be adjective as well. He was very fast. He was very fast. Okay, how fast somebody was. So he was very fast. It can be in any sense. Okay, it was a fast ball. It was a fast ball. Actually, that he bowled. Okay, he bowled a fast ball. Fast ball, in that sense, it would be like adjective. In this case, it is a verb. To fast means to go without food, like fasting and feasting. I think Anita Desai. Okay, so fasting and feasting, like you can search this novel and you will get to know that fasting and feasting, how it is, how American like system of eating and Indian system of eating has been compared in that, and the two sets of the families have been compared in that particular novel. Okay, you can really enjoy that. Okay, you should read. Okay, to fast means to go without food and drink for a period of time, that means when you actually deny that I won't eat something, that is, some people actually do fasting just to lose some calories and lose some weight. So it all depends for which reason you are doing it. Some people do it for the religious purposes. Okay, if they do it for the religious purposes also, it's good, losing calories and having less weight is good, but doing exercise is also required. Okay, for having exercise done, you should have a proper diet as well. That means to say what you eat really matters. Okay, it's not always the junk food. Okay, there are other things also which really matters. Okay, intake of everything all decides what you are and how healthy you are. Okay, you will be healthy only on a certain situation when you eat everything in a proper diet, like your diet is a complete diet. Okay, you know that what you're eating, and it is not going to harm your health in any sense or in any way. Okay, so do fasting, but it is not recommended for every person to do fasting. Fasting is not recommended to every single person. Okay, fasting is good, let me tell you, fasting is good for those people who eat too much and who have no control over their eating habits particularly, and also for those who have gained a lot of fat, and they must change, like you should have that fruit diet or some proper, what we say, you should have some soup, or you should have some something which is filled with the proteins, vitamins and all those things which are really helpful for you. Okay, so in her religion, like somebody's religion we are talking about, they fast for 5 days. Okay, and they have a big feast, and then they then have a big feast. Feast means like usually we say party or feast when we eat something, like a big pandal or shamiana is prepared, and then there are lots of cuisines, lots of dishes are made. After 5 days, obviously after 5 days you're going to just pounce on each and every kind of meal that you're going to see before you, and you won't deny anything after 5 days, definitely. So fasting is good, but feasting is also required. Fasting and feasting both goes hand in hand. Okay. Yeah, grumble sound, you can see that, grumble. Okay, so grumble is also a verb. Grumble means to complain. Like when you are grumbling, you are always having your wide open eyes and you show your anger like anything. You see that the person is actually having that expression on the face, and the eyebrows are up, and anger, and the teeth are clenched teeth, and clenched fist as well. You can see that. To grumble means to complain. So person is not happy, definitely the person is quite irritated. So being irritated, the person is grumbling here. You can see that he grumbled about having to work late on Friday. Obviously after Friday he must have his birthday, so that is why he was not happy to have that late. Obviously that's also understood, that people must understand, and even the company owners and the employers also should understand that working late is not right. And even Dr. APJ, late APJ Abdul Kalam ji, has said that like person should complete his or her work like within the given time period, and should just work within the time hours given. Okay, it's not like extra hours or something like one should go for. If you are getting a plenty of money, I don't think so, even then you need to prefer your health over your money. Okay, for some time it is fine, but not for all the times. If you're going to waste your time and energy only for earning money, money is good, but it is not that good that you're going to lose your health. Okay, health is wealth. Okay, remember always. Next is, I hope you understand each and every word. Now, inland, inland, inland. Okay, it is adverb. Okay, inland, that means in the direction. We say something in the direction. Now definitely when, where, how and why, that rule for adverb applies every time. So here we say inland. Inland means if someone goes inland, like they, that means the people go to certain place inland, that they travel into the center of the country or the land. That means they go to the inland area. That means from the countryside area to the city area. If they go to the center side, central portion of that, that means they are going inland. Okay, the river curved inland near the campground. Okay, near the campground, it curved inland. That means it goes into the center of it, or center, or like center of the country, or the land, center of the land. Okay, so there you can say that. Then we have the moisture. Moisture, you can see ch sound is written like this. Okay, all together. Yep, so you can see ch sound here. Okay, so ch, moisture. Moisture, r is spoken but very less. Okay, moisture. Moisture. Okay, so what is moisture? Moisture is small drops. You can see the small drops here. Okay, you can see the small drops here. Okay, moisture is small sorry. Moisture is small drops of water in the air or on a surface. Okay, what is moisture? Moisture is a small drops of water in the air. That means if it is present in the air, that is also possible. On the surface also, the dew, the drops, that is moisture. If you breathe, just because of the moisture only, lots of walls in the house go into the dilapidated state, or in the distorted state. Okay, and wait a minute, sorry, really sorry. Okay, yep, here we have moisture. Moisture is a small drops of water that are in the air on the surface. If you breathe on a window, usually it happens like that, and even it happens on particularly if we talk about specifically the winter timing. If you breathe on the window, the moisture of your breath, okay, collects on the glass. Okay, so you see, breathe, breath. Okay, breath of your breath. Here, your breath, that means here it is a noun. Breathe is an action. So breathe, the pronunciation is different. Breathe and breath. Okay, both are different. So breathe and breath. If you breathe on a window, that's an action. When you what we say, outflow your what we say, breath onto the window, that means that the activity is known as breathing. So breathe, to breathe is required just to have life. So if you breathe on a window, moisture, that means there would be some drops onto the window from your breath, collects on the glass. Okay, that means that glass, that's not the tumbler or something, the glass. Here the glass we are talking about, this glass. Okay, so next is we have nonetheless. Nonetheless is a beautiful word, very beautiful word. Okay, you can see nonetheless. Nonetheless, you see the kind of face the dog has been shown with. Okay, you see, nonetheless, what is that? If someone happens, like if something happens, sorry, if something happens, nonetheless, it occurs despite some other thing, like despite, like even when, like if something has happened, then even then if something happens, in that case we say nonetheless. So nonetheless would be, she tried to keep the dog out of the mud, but it got dirty nonetheless. Okay, she tried, that means she tried, but the dog could not resist the kind of muddy area, and the dog had enjoyed. Okay, she tried to keep the dog out of the mud, but it got dirty nonetheless. That means despite some other things that she tried to do, but nonetheless what happened, opposite of that. Again, the dog went into the mud area. Okay, now the next word is oath. Oath, usually we take early in the morning during a prayer time. So oath is a formal, often public promise, like I will do this or that. Like usually oath taking ceremony happens when the new team of the politicians who have been selected democratically, or like by our democracy, to actually save your country from lots of issues. But actually whatever happens is opposite, but still some things really happen really great. So that government takes oath. All the ministers have to take oath. Or if you join army also, you take oath. Oath taking ceremony means like you are going to actually perform your duties really well. That oath is the promise that you make. Okay, judges must take an oath to be fair. Obviously, judges, the judiciary, if the judiciary system of one country will not work properly, then definitely the whole country is going to sorry, the whole country is going to fall like the pack of cards. Okay, then judges must take an oath to be fair to everyone in court. Okay, so oath, you can understand th sound at the last. Okay, now thereafter we have prairie. Prairie, very nice. Prairie. Prairie. So prairie, usually grassland area. We call it a grassland area. Prairies. I think I have read that word somewhere in a chapter. Okay, prairies. Yup. Chief Seattle speech. Okay. A prairie is a large flat area of the grassland. A prairie was perfect for a farm. The prairie was perfect for a farm because there were hills and trees. So prairie was perfect for a farm. Obviously, farmland area required some grass because there were hills and the trees. Obviously, the animals have to be grazed, or so the cattle has to be grazed. Okay, so for that one, prairies are required. Okay, grazing is to be done by the sheep or like sorry. Yep. Next word we have ragged. 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 We actually say ragged, not ragged. Ragged. So what is the pronunciation? Ragged. So remember that. So because E sound is there, you can see that ragged. Ragged. Okay. If something is ragged, it is old, torn, and falling apart. Falling apart, that means it is going. It is on the verge of extinction. It's gonna be torn easily. Okay, ragged shoes. Okay, ragged shoes on the verge of extinction. Now you need to buy the new shoes and have a party after that. They could see his toes through the holes. Okay, they could see his toes, like the fingers of your feet. Okay, toes through the holes in his ragged shoes. Ragged means torn, old, falling apart shoes. That means the person was in a bad condition, or the misery is quite visible. Okay, apparent. Yep. Then the next is ragged. After ragged is rugged. Now it is rugged. Earlier was a ragged. Okay, now rugged. Rugged. You see, if an area of a land is a rugged. Okay, not ragged. Rugged. It is rocky. Okay, and difficult to travel through. Obviously, hills have eyes. Part 2, you will see the rugged. Yeah, rugged, what we say, rugged mountains. Or one more movie was there, something like the girl was trying to save herself from, climbing up the mountain just to save her life because she saw the murder of her friend when they went for some hiking or some camping. Like some friends went for some camping because one person out of all of them was a psychopath and tried to kill everybody. But that movie was absolutely amazing because that showed the kind of mindset, the girl was having. She saved herself by being very like patient, and how she killed the other person, like how she got revenge also. It's not she was in the mood of revenge or something. She was trying to save herself, and the way she saved herself was monumental. The kind of thing that she did was monumental. It was a big task, and she did it really easily. Like it was easy, not easy for normally like normal people, because it was a movie. But in the reality, if that had happened, then it was fantabulous. Okay, now you see the next word, scarce. If something is scarce, obviously that's quite less. Okay, scarce. Scarce is usually used when something is quite less. If something is scarce, then it is in very small amount. If something is in small amount, then definitely it is scarce. If something is scarce, then it is very less. Okay. Dearth. Earlier in the previous lesson we talked about dearth. Here we are talking about scarce. Okay. When gasoline or like the fuel, here we can say, when fuel was scarce, we rode our bikes instead of driving to school. So when the fuel was less, then we sorry okay, then we actually utilized the bikes at that time instead of driving by the car. So fuel would have been utilized more in that case. Okay, then the next word is speculate. To claim or something. To speculate means to guess about something, make a speculation about something, that this can happen, prediction or something. In that sense it is used here. Okay. Yeah. Speculate means to make a guess about something, that this will happen, India will win the semi-final. So actually that was the guess of many, but it happened opposite to that, and my heart was actually sinking when I actually saw the beginning of our batting or something. So I was not happy with for having like 60 runs after 10 overs. So the score was quite scarce at that time, and I was speculating that I think the total is not not going to be that. Still Hardik Pandya really played really well, and congratulations to him for that. But the thing was that we really required all of them to play well, and time and tide wait for none. The time was gone, and we could not realize that. And then everyone was saying that it was a batting pitch, and later on, time, when it flies, it never waits for you. So Indian bowling, like as far as the fight was concerned, I think we could have taken some wickets. Anyways, we speculated, and I don't know, like sometimes your day used to be like that. So still we are with our team India, because we hope that next time we will win the World Cup, and we should always pray for the positive thing to happen, and never ever leave anybody in your thick and thins. Okay, always stay by them. Okay, always stand by them. Okay, so never say never. Every time when you get the opportunity, and then try to just enjoy the game. I mean to say that whenever there is any cricket match, enjoy it. It is not about any particular team now. So even before that one, like enjoy the cricket, enjoy the whomsoever plays better. We should appreciate that. Okay, that's actually the gentleman's game. So anyways, to speculate means to guess about something. My sister looked at the sky and speculated that it would rain tomorrow, which actually did not happen. So we are also waiting for that one, so that the winters may show their true colors actually. so that are not actually been seen yet. But still we feel some sort of, if I'm wearing this, then that doesn't mean that I'm feeling cold. It's just to save myself from, what we say, unwanted, disease, or unwanted kind of fever, or any kind of thing that can really prevail, or the viral thing that is happening in our locality. So that's the thing. So this is it about this lesson. I hope so that you must have learned something from this lesson. So keep watching English Lovers by Honeydee and keep tuned to that. Bye bye, take care.